All right, let's dive into one of the wildest, most visually intense books you'll ever encounter, the Book of Ezekiel. Now, this isn't a story that kicks off in some grand holy place. Nope. It starts in the dust and despair of an exile camp, with a vision that literally breaks the sky open. So yeah, the heavens were opened and I saw visions of God. That's coming straight from the man himself, a priest named Ezekiel. And get this, he's a captive, a prisoner of war in Babylon. And what he's about to see is going to change, well, everything. Okay, so let's set the scene. We're not in a fancy temple. We're not in a palace. We are right in the middle of an exile camp. Ezekiel's just by the river Chebar with all the other captives, when all of a sudden, the sky just rips apart. And I want you to really picture this. This is no ordinary thunderstorm. It's a storm wind raging out of the north, pushing this huge, swirling cloud that's just pulsing with fire. And then, inside this divine furnace, he makes out the shape of four incredible living beings. Now, these things, wow. I mean, they kind of have a human-like shape, but that's where normal ends. Each one has four faces. Get this, a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle. They can see in every direction at the same time. They've got four wings and their feet shine like polished brass. This is something straight out of another reality, totally beyond anything we could imagine. And these beings, they're not just floating there. They are part of this unbelievable machine. It's a throne chariot for God himself. It's got these crazy wheels, like a wheel spinning inside another wheel so it can go anywhere instantly without even turning. Oh, and the rims of the wheels? They are covered in eyes. This thing sees everything. It's a mobile command center for the divine, and sitting on top of it all, on a throne of sapphire, is a figure just blazing with fire and light. So, you see that. What do you do? I mean, really. Faced with this insane, terrifying, glorious vision, what else is there to do? Ezekiel just hits the dirt. He falls on his face, totally and completely overwhelmed. And it's from this moment, on the ground, that Ezekiel gets his marching orders. A voice comes from that fiery throne, and it gives him a mission. And let me tell you, it is not gonna be an easy one. So God's job for him isn't to be some hero or a king. It's something very specific. He's to be a watchman. Think of it like a guard on a castle wall. Your only job is to stay awake, spot the enemy coming, and sound the alarm. That's it. It doesn't matter if the people down below listen or just roll their eyes. Your job is to warn them. And the stakes here are, well, life and death. The deal is simple. If Ezekiel warns the people and they ignore him, that's on them. He's done his job. But if he chickens out, if he fails to speak up, their blood is on his hands. So you see, his success isn't measured by how many people listen. It's measured by his faithfulness to just deliver the message, period. Okay, so this is where it gets really weird. God knows these people are stubborn, so just talking isn't going to cut it. Ezekiel's mission becomes, well, it's basically performance art. He has to act out the prophecies, becoming this walking, talking, living sign for everyone to see. So first, he has to take a clay brick, scratch a map of Jerusalem on it, and then build a tiny little model of a siege engine against it. Then, and this is just wild, he has to lie on his left side for 390 days, straight. Then flip over and lie on his right side for another 40 days. Can you imagine? For more than a year, his entire existence is this silent, public performance of the destruction that's on its way. And you have to believe this was meant to be impossible to ignore. It's a public spectacle. People would have been walking by every day, talking, gossiping. What is wrong with that guy? The whole point was to be a sign they just couldn't miss. And if you thought that was strange, it gets stranger. He's then told to take a sword, not scissors, a sword, and shave his head and his beard. Then he has to divide up the hair. He burns a third of it right there in the city. That's for the people who will die from famine and plague. He takes another third and hacks at it with the sword. That's for those killed in battle. And the last third? He just throws it up and lets the wind scatter it, symbolizing the survivors being exiled, scattered all over the world. So you're probably asking, why? Why is all this happening? Why is the judgment so severe? Well, God gives Ezekiel the answer. He gets zapped in a vision back to Jerusalem for a little tour of the temple, the place he used to serve as a priest. And what he sees there is absolutely sickening. I mean, the holy place is just crawling with corruption. There are idols set up right at the gate. He finds a secret room where the 70 elders of Israel are worshiping pictures of lizards and rats on the walls. He sees women outside weeping for some foreign god named Tammuz. And the grand finale, 25 men in the main court with their backs literally turned to God's temple, bowing down and worshiping the sun. The rot has gone all the way to the core. And because the temple, God's own house on earth, has been made so unclean, so defiled, the most heartbreaking moment in their entire history is about to happen. Remember that incredible fiery throne chariot from the river? Well, it's here now, inside the temple. But it's not staying put. It starts to rise up, lifting off from its place in the most holy part of the sanctuary.